Had a hard time, but how do you pronounce the second name?
Galaiya.
Galaiya. Galaiya. Okay. Now let's do this. This is a very interesting part of the podcast. How do you pronounce my second name?
You didn't pronounce mine. I pronounced mine.
Galaiya.
So you have to pronounce
Galaiya.
yours.
Finali Galaiya.
You have to pronounce yours and I will duplicate it.
No, Finali Galaiya.
Finali Galaiya. Is
Okay.
that right?
Okay, so let's say my name is John.
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 Te.
Te.
Say the second name.
No, you say it
You
first.
know it.
I'll
You got it.
I'll
You got it.
duplicate
You got it.
I'll duplicate
Tele.
it. Tele.
Telewa.
Televa.
Telewa.
Televa.
Telewa.
Televa.
Yes. Yes, you're almost there. You're almost there. You're almost there. You almost have it. You almost have it. So, but let's jump into just the modeling world, which is now a huge representation or part of your life, your day-to-day life. And that's what you still, it's like, it's not a chip on your shoulder, but that's just a title that's been put on you. And even if you pass it to the next person, it's still gonna remember you as Miss World Kenya
2018.
2019. Yeah, so how was what made you decide to, just apart from just be satisfied with just the Miss India World Kenya?
Miss India Kenya.
Miss India Kenya, right?
Miss India Worldwide Kenya or
Yeah,
Miss India Kenya.
yeah. What made you just move from that and say, like, you know what, I want to pursue or take this to the next level and actually try out for the Miss World? And did you have like any conflicting thoughts that, maybe people might not understand that you're actually Kenyan, because now maybe you'd have to explain to them?
Well, that thought never came to me.
Yeah.
Because I've grown up here and nobody ever questioned it.
Yeah.
So for me, the thing was there's an age limit. So I told myself, oh no, I'm turning, this is last year. So I was still 23 when I applied, and then I turned 24 a week after I won.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, in the history of Miss World Kenya, there's never been a winner who's more than 25 years old. So if I want to apply, I should apply now and try now. I was very hesitant. Like, what if I lose? And then, people be like, oh, she thought she was so much and she won this title. But look, when it came to this one, she, this is where she faced actual competition and, she didn't do it or stuff like that. But for me, the reasoning was 5 years down the line, if I want to do this, I can't.
You can only do it then.
I can't go back in time and become younger or, fit a certain criteria.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of also a risk taker. I was like, you know what? Instead of cancelling this out for myself, I will at least try.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not afraid of failure. I've never been afraid of failure. I welcome failure because it teaches you a lot of things, and it at least shows that you tried.
Yeah.
So I took part, and how glad am I that I did.
Yeah, that was just very interesting. But how was the process? How was the process? Were there, the reason that I'm asking this, like, were there other girls who looked like you, or did that ever like just?
Not really, because I realized that maybe,
And how are the other girls to you? Because I'm sure you've noticed, like, when you walk in a room, if it's a beauty pageant where it's not Miss India, you're definitely like different. So I'm sure you realize that, like, once you walked in the room, you're like, oh wow, okay, this is very different. But
no.
No?
I think everyone was super friendly.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm somebody who believes in preparation and hard work. So I love dancing, but I'm not a good dancer. So I would go home and I'd practice a lot. We would be training over there the whole day. They would be training us every day. And every night I'd be soaking my legs in hot water because we'd be wearing like these 6-inch heels. And the dancing and so much going on the whole day. And at the end of the day, I think it's all about how much hard work you put in and the determination you have. Also, my family really supported me. Like, they were really always like there at my beck and call, or whenever I needed help, I'd call them and be like, okay, I'm so, or I'd say I want to give up, and then they'd be like, no, you've done so much so far. And
the times that you actually were thinking of.
Yeah, sometimes you're just too tired. Like, I don't want to do this.
I
don't want to go
like,
tomorrow. Leave it.
It's too much.
Leave it. So, that kind of a thing. And it's like this dream come true for me, because it's something like it's the biggest title I could ever get. It's like the biggest thing I could do. I'm on Google. I'm on Wikipedia. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, my name is like now they're eternal. And since I was a kid, I've wanted to publish my biography, and I'd already like decided the title, and so
And it's
unconsciously
already
I
been
knew,
done for you. It's done.
unconsciously I knew I'm doing great things.
Yeah.
This is not the greatest thing I'm doing. I've decided, like, I want to let this become the top of my
There is more?
mountain or peak. I want to do more. I mean, I'm in my 20s.
Yeah,
like, there's
of course,
so much
of
I can
course.
still
Yeah,
do. I have
yeah.
the hunger.
Yeah.
And I lost train of thought again.
We're talking about your experience in the Miss World, but let me take you back on, just maybe set you back on track with something that it's in hand to what you were talking about.
Mhm.
The training